Hey there, you're looking kind of cute. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all my other socials. Enjoy. As the day ended, golden light filled the small room and lit up every part of it. Inside, someone shook with fear. In the mirror, they did not look like themselves. They wore blue clothes, different from what they usually wore. Their hands shook as they touched the fabric. A white sash was the only thing that felt familiar. Their feet wore matching shoes. The shoes felt strange, but also right. The straps felt like a sign of a new start. Suddenly, a loud, sharp noise broke the silence. Just outside the door stood an older woman, watching with a hard look. She did not look kind like she usually did. Instead, she looked surprised and thoughtful. "Let me explain, Mother," Boone started to say, but his mother closed the door quickly. "How long?" Her question stayed in the air. Boone's shoulders dropped. His blonde hair fell in front of his face, which was red with shame. 6 months. 6 months. She repeated the words slowly, as if tasting them. "And these are Elise's clothes. She left them when she moved out. I didn't think, No, you didn't think." But the anger had already begun to fade from her voice, replaced by something more complex. She moved to the bed, sitting down on the lavender comforter. "Come here." Boone shuffled forward, the unfamiliar swish of the dress against bare legs, making each step feel monumental. Standing before his mother, he kept his gaze fixed on the carpet. "Look at me." Green eyes met green eyes. In that moment, something shifted in his mother's expression. "You look just like her at 17. The words came out soft, almost wondering. "Same build, same features. If your hair were longer..." She stood abruptly, moving to Elise's old vanity. The drawers opened with familiar squeaks, revealing treasures left behind: makeup, jewelry, accessories. From the bottom drawer, she pulled out something that made Boone's breath catch. A medallion on a silver chain, its surface etched with symbols that seemed to shift in the light. "Your grandmother gave this to me when Elise was born. Said it had been in the family for generations." She turned it over in her hands, studying it. "I never believed the stories." "What stories?" Instead of answering, she pulled out something else, a shimmering white blouse that seemed to glow with its own inner light. "Put this on." "Mom, trust me." Hands shaking, Boone took the blouse. The fabric felt alive somehow, warm and tingling against fingertips. The blue sundress came off, replaced by the mysterious garment. As soon as the last button was fastened, the medallion grew hot in his mother's hand. "Come here." She draped the chain around Boone's neck. The moment the medallion touched skin through the blouse, the world exploded into sensation. Heat raced through every vein, every nerve ending firing at once. The room spun, colors bleeding together like watercolors in rain. Boone tried to scream, but no sound emerged. Bones shifted, muscle reformed, skin tingled and changed. The blonde hair grew, cascading past shoulders in waves that matched Elise's exactly. When the world finally stilled, a different person stood in the bedroom. "My God," his mother's voice came out strangled. You're her twin." The mirror reflected the truth. Where Boone had stood, now stood a girl who could have been Elise's identical sister. The same delicate features, the same slight build, the same long blonde hair. Even the voice, when it finally emerged, rang with feminine tones. "What did you do to me?" "Fixed things." His mother's expression had hardened into determination. "You wanted to wear her clothes? Fine. Now they'll fit properly. Change me back." "I can't." She held up the medallion, now dull and cracked. "It only works once. The choice is made." The room seemed to tilt. Legs suddenly unsteady gave out, dropping the transformed figure onto the bed. "You can't be serious." "I am." She moved to the closet, pulling out more of Elise's abandoned wardrobe. "You'll need clothes. These should fit perfectly now." "Mom, please." "Your name is Elise now, Elise Marie." She laid out outfit after outfit on the bed, each one decidedly feminine. "You'll tell people you're my niece, come to stay while your parents are abroad." "But I'm your son." "I don't have a son." The words cut deep. I have 2 daughters, one who lives in Chicago and one who just arrived to stay with her Aunt Catherine. The finality in her tone brooked no argument. She pulled out a pink nightgown, soft cotton with lace trim. Put this on. We need to cut your hair properly. It's too long even for a girl your age. My age. 17, same as when Elise left for college. She produced scissors from the vanity drawer. Sit. There was no choice but to comply. The nightgown felt strange against transformed skin, its pink fabric a constant reminder of the change. Catherine worked efficiently, trimming the long blonde locks into a stylish, shoulder-length cut that framed the feminine face perfectly. There. She stepped back to admire her work. Much better. Why? The single word contained multitudes of pain. Because sometimes we need to become who we're meant to be. Catherine's expression softened slightly. Your Aunt Patricia lives 3 hours away. She's always wanted a daughter. You'll be happy there. Aunt Pat? But she hasn't seen me since you were 5. She won't recognize you now. Catherine pulled out a suitcase from the closet. We leave in the morning. The night passed in a blur of packing and preparation. Every masculine item disappeared, replaced by skirts, dresses, blouses, and other feminine attire. Catherine worked with methodical precision, transforming Boone's existence into Elise's with each folded garment. Your new ID? She handed over a driver's license that looked disturbingly authentic. Elise Marie Harrison, age 17. Remember that. This is insane. This is necessary. Catherine zipped the last suitcase closed. You made your choice when you put on that dress. I'm just making it permanent. Sleep came fitfully, dreams plagued by mirrors reflecting unfamiliar faces. Morning arrived too soon, bringing with it the reality of the situation. The pink nightgown gave way to a yellow sundress with white flowers, chosen by Catherine for the journey. Perfect, she nodded approvingly. You look lovely. The drive stretched endlessly, 3 hours of highway spinning past, while thoughts raced faster than the passing landscape. Catherine spoke little, focused on the road ahead. Only when they pulled into a tree-lined driveway did she finally break the silence. Remember, you're my niece. Your parents are working overseas. You needed a stable environment to finish high school. Aunt Pat will never believe, she will. Catherine's confidence never wavered. Trust me. The house stood 2 stories tall, painted white with blue shutters. Garden beds burst with summer flowers, and a swing hung from the old oak tree in the front yard. The door opened before they could knock. Catherine! And this must be... Patricia Harrison stood in the doorway, her blonde hair showing streaks of silver, wearing a floral print dress that spoke of comfortable domesticity. Elise. Catherine's hand pressed firmly against the small of her transformed child's back. Your new daughter. Oh my. Patricia's eyes widened, taking in the sight. She looks just like our side of the family. Those Harrison genes run strong. Stronger than you know. Catherine's smile held secrets. May we come in? The house smelled of fresh cookies and lavender. Patricia led them to a sunny kitchen where glasses of lemonade appeared as if by magic. I've prepared the guest room. Patricia's excitement was palpable. Though I suppose it's your room now, isn't it, dear? Elise could only nod, throat too tight for words. She's shy. Catherine provided the excuse. The transition has been difficult. Of course, of course. Patricia reached across the table to pat Elise's hand. We'll take things slow, there's no rush. They toured the house, each room revealing more of Patricia's warm personality. The prepared bedroom was done in soft purples and whites, clearly decorated with a teenage girl in mind. I hope you like it. Patricia hovered anxiously in the doorway. I can change anything you want. It's perfect. The words came out automatically, training already taking hold. Catherine stayed for dinner, the 3 of them sitting around the dining room table like a normal family. Conversation flowed around topics carefully chosen, school plans, local activities, the upcoming fall semester. Millbrook High is excellent. Patricia passed the salad bowl. Small enough to be personal, large enough to offer opportunities. You'll love it there. I'm sure she will. Catherine's agreement came swift and certain. When darkness fell, Catherine prepared to leave. At the door, she pulled Elise aside. "This is for the best." Her voice brooked no argument. "Patricia will give you everything you need. You're abandoning me. I'm saving you." Catherine's grip on Elise's shoulders was firm. "From yourself, from a life of hiding, now you can be free." "Free? I'm trapped." "You're transformed." The correction came sharp. "Into who you were meant to be. Patricia will help you understand that." She left without looking back, taillights disappearing into the night. Patricia found Elise still standing at the door, tears streaming down cheeks that would never again know the scratch of stubble. "Oh, sweetheart," arms wrapped around shaking shoulders. "It's okay. You're home now." The first days passed in adjustment. Patricia proved endlessly patient, teaching the small details of feminine life that Catherine's magic hadn't provided. How to sit properly in a skirt, the right way to style hair, the subtle art of makeup application. Just a little mascara. Patricia's hands were gentle as she demonstrated. "You have such beautiful eyes. We want to enhance them, not hide them." The face in the mirror grew more familiar with each passing day, though the person behind it still felt like a stranger. Patricia filled the house with cheerful chatter, never pressing for responses, but always leaving space for them. "I've enrolled you at Millbrook," she announced over breakfast one morning, Elise wearing a pink tank top and white shorts. "School starts in 2 weeks. We should go shopping for supplies." The trip to town became an adventure. Patricia knew everyone, introducing her niece with obvious pride. Shop owners smiled and welcomed, accepting the story without question. "Such a pretty girl." The bookstore owner beamed. "You must be so proud, Patricia." "Every day." Patricia's arm linked through Elise's. "She's a blessing." They bought notebooks and pens, backpacks and binders. At the clothing store, Patricia insisted on a whole new wardrobe. "School clothes are important." She held up various options. "You want to make a good impression." Skirts and blouses, jeans and sweaters, each piece carefully chosen to fit the new life being constructed. Elise found herself participating despite inner resistance, selecting colors and styles that appealed to transformed sensibilities. "The green brings out your eyes." Patricia held up a dress. "Try it on?" The fitting room mirror reflected success. Each outfit looked natural, as if made for this body. Patricia waited outside, offering encouragement and suggestions. "That one's perfect for the first day." She clapped her hands at a navy skirt and white blouse combination. Classic but not stuffy. Bags accumulated as the day progressed. Shoes joined the pile, flats for every day, heels for special occasions, sneakers for gym class. Patricia's enthusiasm proved infectious, carrying them through store after store. One more stop. She pulled into a salon parking lot. "Your hair needs professional attention." "But Mom already—" The word slipped out before Elise could stop it. "Catherine did her best." Patricia's voice stayed gentle. "But you deserve proper styling." The salon smelled of chemicals and perfume. Patricia chatted with the stylist, discussing options while Elise sat silent in the chair. Scissors flashed, trimming and shaping the blonde locks into something more polished than Catherine's hurried attempt. "Beautiful." The stylist spun the chair around. "You look like a young Grace Kelly." The reflection showed truth in the statement. The blonde hair now fell in elegant waves, framing features that seemed born for such styling. Patricia paid happily, adding a generous tip. "You see?" She squeezed Elise's hand in the car. "Sometimes we just need the right touch to show who we really are." Days fell into routine. Morning runs through the neighborhood, Patricia insisting on proper athletic wear, sports bras and running shorts that felt alien but necessary. Afternoons spent reading in the garden, wearing sundresses that caught the breeze. Evenings filled with cooking lessons, Patricia teaching recipes passed down through generations. "Your great-grandmother's apple pie," she guided hands through rolling dough. "Every Harrison woman should know how to make it." "But I'm not really—" "You are." Patricia's tone allowed no argument. "In every way that matters, you're my daughter now." The words stung and soothed in equal measure. Each day brought new adaptations, new acceptances of the transformed reality. The pink nightgown became normal sleepwear. The morning routine of skincare and light makeup became automatic. Even the way of moving changed, growing more graceful and feminine with practice. "You're blossoming," Patricia observed over dinner one night, Elise wearing a lavender blouse and black skirt. "Coming into yourself." "This isn't myself, isn't it?" Patricia's question hung gentle but pointed. "You seem more comfortable every day." Truth lurked in the observation. The constant tension of the first days had begun to ease, replaced by something that might have been acceptance, or perhaps simply exhaustion from fighting the inevitable. School registration arrived like a tidal wave. Patricia drove them to Millbrook High, a sprawling brick complex that buzzed with preparation for the coming year. The office staff greeted Patricia warmly, accepting the enrollment papers without question. "Elise Harrison," the secretary typed efficiently. "Junior year, transfer from... where did you say?" "Private tutoring abroad," Patricia supplied smoothly. Her parents' work required travel. "How exciting!" The woman beamed at Elise. "You'll find Millbrook quite different, I'm sure, but we're a welcoming community." They toured the facilities, meeting teachers and staff. Each introduction cemented the new identity further. Elise Harrison, 17, Patricia's niece, new to town but already belonging. Ms. Peterson teaches English. The principal, a silver-haired woman in a burgundy suit, gestured to a younger teacher. "You'll be in her advanced placement class." "Wonderful to meet you, Elise." Ms. Peterson shook hands warmly. "I look forward to having you in class." The day spiraled onward, each moment adding another layer to the construction. Locker assignments, class schedules, extracurricular options. Patricia navigated it all with practiced ease, making decisions when Elise froze with indecision. "Drama club might be nice," she suggested gently. "You have such a lovely voice now." "I don't act." "You do now." The response came soft but firm. "Every day." They left with arms full of paperwork and heads full of information. The drive home passed in contemplative silence, both processing the reality of what had been set in motion. 2 weeks, Patricia finally spoke. 2 weeks to get ready. "I can't do this." "You can." She pulled into the driveway. "You will, because there's no other choice now." That night, Elise lay in the purple and white bedroom, staring at the ceiling. The pink nightgown felt normal now, just another piece of clothing. The long blonde hair spread across the pillow like silk. Every physical sensation confirmed the transformation's permanence. Patricia knocked softly. "May I come in?" "Sure." She sat on the edge of the bed, smoothing the floral comforter. "I know this is hard. You don't know anything. I know more than you think." Patricia's voice carried weight. "I know what it's like to be given a second chance at the life you're meant to live. This isn't meant..." "Catherine told me." The interruption came gentle but firm. "About finding you. About the choice you'd been making for months before she intervened." Heat flooded Elise's cheeks. "She had no right." "She had every right. She's your mother." Patricia's hand found Elise's. "And she did what she thought best. Now I'm going to do the same. By forcing me to live as a girl? By giving you the chance to live authentically." Patricia squeezed gently. "The magic just made outside match inside. You know about the magic?" Harrison women have always known. A small smile played at Patricia's lips. "Why do you think I was so ready for you? This isn't the first time the medallion has been used." The revelation hit like cold water. "What?" "Your grandmother used it once. Her sister had a child who needed adjustment. The medallion has served our family for generations, always appearing when necessary. Then it can be reversed." "No." Patricia's denial came firm. "It works once per person. The transformation is permanent. Catherine made sure I understood that." Hope died as quickly as it had risen. Elise turned away, facing the wall. "I'll let you sleep." Patricia stood. "But remember, you're not alone. You have me now. And I've wanted a daughter for so very long." The door closed with a soft click. In the darkness, tears came unbidden, soaking into the pillow. Not tears of rage or fear anymore, but something more complex. Grief for what was lost, perhaps. Or maybe relief for what had been found. Morning brought new determination from Patricia. She woke Elise early, insisting on a full beauty routine. Practice makes perfect. She demonstrated each step carefully. By the time school starts, this should be second nature. Cleanser, toner, moisturizer, light foundation to even skin tone, mascara to enhance already long lashes, lip gloss for just a hint of color. Each step felt like another nail in the coffin of the old life. Beautiful. Patricia stepped back to admire her work. Now let's pick your outfit for today. The yellow sundress with white flowers had become a favorite, its cheerful pattern somehow lifting spirits even in dark moments. Patricia nodded approval. Perfect for our lunch date. Lunch date? With the Morrison twins. Patricia's smile brooked no argument. They're starting junior year too. You'll need friends. The restaurant buzzed with afternoon chatter. Patricia led them to a corner booth where two identical girls waited, both brunettes wearing coordinating but not matching outfits, one in green, one in blue. "Patricia!" they chorused together. "And this must be Elise. Girls, meet your new classmate." Patricia made introductions smooth as butter. "Emma, Olivia, this is my niece." "You're so pretty." Emma, in green, gushed immediately. "I love your dress." "Where did you live before?" Olivia, more reserved in blue, studied Elise carefully. "Various places." The rehearsed answer came automatically. "My parents travel for work." "How exotic!" Emma clapped her hands. "You must have so many stories." Lunch progressed with the twins dominating conversation, filling Elise in on everything Millbrook, which teachers to avoid, which clubs mattered, who dated whom. Patricia orchestrated subtly, keeping talk flowing whenever awkward silences threatened. "You should try out for choir," Olivia suggested over dessert. "Mrs. Hamilton always needs more sopranos." "I don't really sing." "Everyone sings." Emma dismissed the protest. "It's just about finding your voice." The irony wasn't lost on anyone at the table. Patricia paid the check with a satisfied smile. "I think that went well," she observed on the drive home. "The twins are good girls. They'll help you adjust." They talked the entire time. "Exactly." Patricia's grin widened. "Less pressure on you to fill silences. Emma especially will adopt you like a pet project. You'll see." She was right. Within days, Emma began texting constantly. Fashion advice, boy gossip, plans for shopping trips. The phone became another link in the chain binding Elise to this new existence. "She wants to go to the mall Saturday," Elise reported over breakfast, wearing a pink t-shirt and white shorts. "Wonderful." Patricia clasped her hands. "Normal teenage activities. This is perfect. I don't know anything about girl shopping trips." "You'll learn." Patricia's confidence never wavered. "Emma will teach you everything. Just follow her lead." Saturday arrived too quickly. Emma picked Elise up in a cheerful red convertible, music blaring and energy crackling. "This is going to be so fun," she bounced in the driver's seat. "Olivia's meeting us there. We'll hit all the best stores." The mall sprawled enormous and intimidating. Emma navigated like a professional, dragging Elise from store to store. Olivia joined them at the food court, rolling her eyes at her sister's enthusiasm, but participating nonetheless. "Try this on!" Emma thrust dress after dress into Elise's arms. "Your coloring is perfect for pastels." The fitting room became a second home. Each outfit required modeling, the twins offering critique and praise in equal measure. Their easy acceptance of Elise as just another girl both comforted and confused. "That skirt is adorable on you," Olivia declared at one point. "You have to get it." "I don't know." "Trust us." Emma's tone brooked no argument. "We know what works." Bags accumulated despite protests. The twins had Patricia's credit card number and explicit instructions to ensure Elise had everything needed for school. They took the responsibility seriously. "Accessories next," Emma announced after the fifth store. "You need earrings." "My ears aren't pierced." "We can fix that." Both twins spoke in unison, then laughed at their synchronization. Before protests could form, Elise found herself in a chair at a piercing pagoda. The technician worked quickly, and soon small gold studs adorned newly pierced ears. "Perfect!" Emma clapped. "Now you're officially one of us." The day stretched long, exhausting in its normalcy. By the time Emma dropped Elise off, the sun had begun to set. Patricia waited on the porch, eager for details. "How was it?" She helped carry bags inside. "Tell me everything." "They spent over $300. Money well spent." Patricia waved off the concern. "You needed things, and more importantly, you made friends. They think I'm just a normal girl." "You are." Patricia's response came simple and direct. "That's all you are now. A normal 17-year-old girl starting junior year in a new town." The words should have stung. Instead, they brought an odd comfort. In the twins' eyes, no trace of Boone existed. Only Elise, blonde and pretty and wholly female. "They invited me to a pool party next week." The admission came reluctant. "At Emma's house." "How wonderful!" Patricia's joy radiated. "We'll need to get you a swimsuit." "I can't." "You can." Firm interruption. "And you will. This is your life now, Elise. Time to start living it." That night, trying on the day's purchases, Elise caught sight of the reflection in the full-length mirror. The girl looking back wore a new blue skirt and white top, gold studs glinting in her ears. She looked normal. Pretty, even. Just another teenage girl playing dress-up in her room. The thought should have been terrifying. Instead, for the first time since the transformation, it brought a strange peace. Days passed in preparation for the pool party. Patricia insisted on swimsuit shopping, selecting a modest but flattering one-piece in coral pink. "The color complements your skin tone." She adjusted the straps. "And it's appropriate for a teenage girl." "I don't know how to do this." "Do what?" Patricia's question came gentle. "Be this. Be her. Be me." Confusion tangled the words. "You don't have to be anyone but yourself." Patricia's hands rested on Elise's shoulders. "The outside changed, yes, but you're still you inside. Just free to express it now." Boone would never have gone to a pool party. No. Agreement came soft. He wouldn't have. Too afraid, too hidden, but Elise can. Elise can do anything she wants. The day of the party dawned bright and hot. Elise stood before the mirror, coral swimsuit hidden under a yellow cover-up dress, blonde hair pulled back in a ponytail Patricia had styled. "Sunscreen." Patricia handed over a bottle. "Reapply every hour. And have fun, sweetheart." Emma's house sprawled massive, with a pool that looked like a small lake. Music pounded from hidden speakers while teenagers splashed and laughed. The twins appeared immediately, both in bright bikinis. "Elise!" Emma grabbed her hand. "Come on, I'll introduce you to everyone." Names and faces blurred together. Everyone accepted the introduction without question. Patricia's niece, new in town, starting school with them. Normal, natural, as if Elise had always existed. "Let's swim!" Olivia tugged toward the pool. "It's too hot to stand around." The cover-up came off with trembling hands, but no one stared, no one questioned. Just another teenage girl in a swimsuit, diving into cool water with her friends. The party swirled on. Games of volleyball, gossip sessions on pool floats, barbecue lunch served on the patio. Elise found herself participating more and more, the assumed identity becoming easier to wear with each passing hour. "You're so lucky to have Patricia as an aunt." A boy named David commented during lunch. "She's like the nicest person in town." "Yeah." Agreement came easier now. "She's pretty great." "Are you trying out for any sports?" Another girl, Rebecca, asked while reapplying lip gloss. "I'm on the tennis team. We could use more players." "I haven't really thought about it." "You should," Emma interjected. "Being on a team is the best way to make friends." The afternoon melted away in chlorine and sunshine. By the time Patricia arrived to pick her up, Elise's skin had turned golden despite the sunscreen, and her face hurt from smiling. "Someone had fun," Patricia observed on the drive home. "Tell me about it." Words tumbled out. The games played, people met, plans made for future gatherings. Patricia listened with obvious delight, occasionally asking questions that drew out more details. They want me to try out for tennis. The admission came almost shy. That's wonderful. You'll need proper equipment, of course. We can shop tomorrow. I've never played tennis. You've never done a lot of things. Patricia's smile held secrets. Doesn't mean you can't start now. That night, lying in bed wearing the familiar pink nightgown, Elise stared at the ceiling with new thoughts. The day had been fun, genuinely enjoyable in a way that felt foreign but welcome. Being accepted, being included, being seen as just another girl, it held an appeal that was hard to deny. The final week before school passed in a blur. Tennis equipment joined the growing collection of Elise's possessions. Practice sessions with a local coach Patricia hired showed surprising aptitude for the sport. You're a natural, the coach praised after a particularly good serve. Have you really never played before? Never. Truth rang in the response. Well, you've got talent. Keep practicing and you'll make varsity for sure. Patricia beamed from the sidelines, proud as any parent. Later, over ice cream, she shared her joy. You're becoming yourself. She reached across the table to squeeze Elise's hand. The real you, finally free to shine. This still doesn't feel real sometimes. Reality is what we make it. Patricia's wisdom came gentle. And your reality is this. You're Elise Harrison, my beloved niece, about to start your junior year at Millbrook High. Everything else is just history. The night before school started, Patricia helped lay out the chosen outfit. The navy skirt and white blouse from that first shopping trip. Everything was pressed perfect. Accessories selected, bag packed with supplies. Nervous? She sat on the bed while Elise tried on the outfit one more time. Terrified. Honesty felt easier now. Good. Patricia's response surprised. That means you care. Use those nerves, let them push you to be your best self. What if someone figures out what? Gentle interruption. That you're a beautiful, intelligent young woman starting at a new school? That's all anyone will see, because that's all there is to see. Sleep came fitfully, dreams mixing memory and anticipation. Morning arrived with Patricia's gentle knock. Time to rise and shine, sweetheart. Big day ahead. The routine had become second nature now. Shower, skincare, light makeup, hair styled in soft waves. The uniform slipped on easily, each piece falling into place. The girl in the mirror looked ready for anything. Perfect! Patricia stood in the doorway, eyes suspiciously moist. My beautiful daughter. The word hung between them, heavy with meaning. Neither corrected it. Breakfast passed quietly, both understanding the magnitude of the moment. Then into the car, drive to school, pull into the parking lot full of other students. You've got this. Patricia squeezed her hand. Remember, Emma and Olivia will be looking for you. You're not alone. Okay? Deep breath. Okay. I love you, Elise. The words came fierce and protective. Now go show them who you are. The walk to the entrance felt miles long, but then Emma's voice rang out, calling her name, and suddenly the twins were there, linking arms and chattering about schedules and teachers and plans. We have English together, Olivia announced, comparing papers. And lunch. This is perfect. They swept Elise along, a blonde between two brunettes, just 3 teenage girls starting another year. Normal, natural, right. The day unfolded in classes and introductions. Teachers welcomed the new student warmly. Classmates made space without question. By lunch, sitting with the twins and their extended friend group, Elise had begun to relax into the role. See? Emma nudged her shoulder. Told you it would be fine. Better than fine, Olivia added. You fit right in, like you were always meant to be here. The words held more truth than she could know. Or perhaps, looking at Patricia's knowing smile when she picked Elise up that afternoon, everyone knew exactly the truth that mattered. How was it? Eager questions on the drive home. Tell me everything. It was... Elise searched for words. It was good. Really good. Of course it was. Patricia's satisfaction radiated. You're exactly where you belong. That night, homework spread across the desk in the purple and white room. Wearing comfortable pajama shorts and a tank top, Elise realized something had shifted. The constant feeling of wrongness had faded, replaced by something that might have been acceptance, or perhaps more accurately, belonging. The phone buzzed with texts from Emma about tomorrow's plans. Olivia had sent funny memes about their shared English teacher. Other girls from lunch had added her to group chats full of gossip and coordination. This was life now. Not a costume or performance, but simply life. Elise Harrison, junior at Millbrook High, Patricia's niece, friend to Emma and Olivia, decent tennis player, good student. The details had become truth through living them. Weeks turned to months. The coral swimsuit gave way to fall sweaters and boots. Tennis tryouts resulted in making JV team, with promises of varsity next year. Grades stayed strong, teachers praising work ethic and intelligence. Friendships deepened beyond the twins to include a wider circle. "You should come to the Halloween dance," Rebecca announced at lunch one October day. "Group costume, we're going as fairy tale princesses." "I don't know." "Come on," Emma pleaded. "You'd make a perfect Sleeping Beauty with your hair." "Or Rapunzel," Olivia suggested. "Either way, you have to come." Patricia's delight at the invitation knew no bounds. Elise nodded, feeling a flutter in her heart. As David led her to the dance floor, she felt like she was floating. The music, a soft melody, filled the room, and in that moment, she wasn't a high school student with braces and an awkward phase. She was a princess, and he was her prince. As the dance ended, they stood there, smiles lingering on their faces, a perfect ending to a fairy tale evening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out my other socials if you want more content, early access, behind the scenes, and more. All links down below.